either way, when they can shoot a mom driving home from dropping her kid off for no reason at all and instantly call her a terrorist, you understand the game plan. They have $175 billion ready to put ICE in every town. They will bump your shoulder, shoot you, say it's your fault, and there is nothing you can do if you don't stand up now. You are dead either way. The life you think you have and are protecting is gone either way. You cannot sit on the sidelines and expect to get through this. Now is the time. This is the critical moment because
the first rule of engagement: cover all your TVs at night, the entire TV. Cover up all your mirrors in your house. As a matter of fact, take them down. And I'll tell you why later. Anything you're not using in your house, and you know you don't use it on a daily or even on a weekly, unplug it. I'll explain that one to you later too. I need y'all to be prepared, because that time I was speaking on, it has arrived. And I'll tell you about that one too in the next video. So give me a little time. I'm back. Warrior King.
There are in this program.
Don't shoot me! Don't shoot me, guys. Look, he's trying to shoot me. Guys, they're trying to shoot me, guys. Look, they're trying to draw guns on me. What the fuck? They're gonna break my window, guys. Guys, please. Guys, I don't trust them. They're gonna break the windows. They're insane. You guys, they're gonna let this happen? Guys, I'm getting out, okay? Guys, my keys are in the car, please. Oh, fuck, they already broke. They broke my window. They're breaking my window, guys. I'm a U.S. citizen. It's insane. They're gonna try to arrest me. I was unlocking the door.
No way, bro. No. No. What is this? Are you kidding me? You see it? No way. Since when did this have something to do with the Olympics? What is going on here, guys? This is what people are saying. If you ask me, this is just art in its purest form. What is this? Something is going on here, guys. That's it. I've seen enough. Something is going on at the Olympics that I know nothing about. Why? Because I'm home. I don't know what it is, but it's starting to seem like every main event is going to be like this from here on out. Because I ain't never seen Olympics like this. Or maybe I have. Shh. Sir! I mean, what is this about? Who's that guy up there? Huh? Who is that guy up there with his arms up like that? Who does he think he is? You know what time is it, guys? What is this about? What is going on here, guys? This is what people are saying. Like, I mean, if you ask me, it was just a show. I know you see it, guys. Look. You see it. Even if you don't want to see it, it doesn't matter. It's there for you to see. Oh, no. I don't know about this, guys, but it's starting to seem like every show, every main event, everything is going to be like this. Straight fire. I'm just playing around, guys. Entertainment purposes only. They did their thing. Everybody showed up and showed out. I don't know. Maybe you could let me know. I'm out. No way, bro. No. No. What is...
Y'all want to know why everybody is getting sick now, especially with the food? If you're a snacker and you love to eat snacks, you're gonna watch this, y'all. This is beyond disturbing.
How they really make the snacks you eat every day? Once you learn about this process, you might never buy them again. First, illegal factories secretly collect expired products from supermarkets that should have been trashed. Then they open packages, dump expired snacks into huge grinders, and pulverize even rotten, moldy items. Next, they add flavors, preservatives, and dyes to mask the foul smell and look of spoiled food. Using molds, they shape the mixture to look like new snacks. They print fake production dates on packages and seal them to appear fresh. These snacks then end up in markets and stores. Customers, seeing low prices and bright colors, buy them unaware they're eating garbage.
Y'all want to know why everybody
Hey, so I was debating it for a long time if I was gonna go out to the protest with everybody or if I was gonna stay and wait, but it's gotten to the point where I can't do that anymore. I'm not a big creator, I don't have a lot of things, but I will be building my community. I will be making decisions because as a U.S. Army veteran, I don't care. For the ones who are still in the Army, listen up. This is the time. Don't follow those orders because if I see you in the street, Army veteran to Army to Army, you better do the fucking right thing because I'm not about to let them execute anybody else in the street at all. Not if I'm around. Not at all. If they aim, we aim. If they don't want us to aim, then they need to get the fuck with it. But I'm not finna fold for these fucking pansies.
Oh, Krusty Gnome, everybody's least favorite canine killing, blue collar cosplatriot queen, says Americans should be prepared to provide proof of citizenship to ICE agents should they ask. And that just leaves me with one question for clarification's sake. When it comes to proving I'm supposed to be here, do ICE agents prefer 9mm Parabellum, 5.56 NATO, or maybe something a little more specialty like 300 Black? Supersonic or subsonic, I got options. Buckshot? Birdshot? Slugs? What do these some bitches want to see moving at them over 1,000 feet per second? Just to be clear, this is not a call for violence. I am extremely aware that I am a platformed person and the things I say can cause somebody to go do something stupid. This is me saying protect yourselves though. This is me saying this is America and we will not stand for this bullshit. This is me saying the Black Panther Party had this shit figured out a long time ago when it come to dealing with these wannabe bully some bitches, and we should probably start following their example. This is me saying if you are an American citizen and you are asked for your papers, your only response should be, are those level 4 plates? They're almost never level 4 plates. Them lazy bastards are wearing soft body 99% of the time. And 90% of people don't put their back plate in. I'm tired of mincing words. I'm tired of tiptoeing around censors. I'm just telling you the fucking truth. This is America. If 50% of our protesters were strapped the fuck up and telling them if they do something stupid, nobody makes it home to their spouse, this shit would be solved within 6 months. Now, before I go, obligatory fuck Donald Trump, fuck Krusty Gnome, fuck ICE, fuck you if you feel differently, and remember folks, stay strapped or get clapped, motherfuckers. Now get out there and have you the Saturday that you voted for deserved. Just do me one favor. Keep the motherfucking boots out of your motherfucking mouth and remember that the golden rule will always remain, yeehaw, fuck the law. Love y'all.
I was born in a democratic republic. I will die in a democratic fucking republic. I'm not asking for permission. I'm stating a fucking fact. The sitting Vice President of the United States has said ICE officers will start going door to door looking for them illegals, and even said that ICE officers have immunity. And I'm seeing people in the 30% crowd trying to argue that ICE officers do have immunity, that they have do what they want and get away with a badge. I know what you're really saying. What you're really saying is, as long as it's not happening to me, it's not my problem. What you're really saying is, well, we don't really like the laws of a democratic republic. What we really want is to rewrite the laws in a way that makes us feel powerful over other people. I'm one of millions of Americans who is literally telling you we're not willing to live like that. We're not willing to live in a society in which somebody with a federal fucking badge gets to be above the fucking law. We're not willing to live in a society in which somebody who holds one of the chief secretary positions of the United States, because that's what the office of the president and vice president is, the chief secretary positions, gets to act like kingships. This is not a fucking request. And here's the thing. When you say shit like that, you're literally going to get ICE officers who believe it's true, because you have an actual honorary position of power. But what you fail to fucking realize is that we, the people, are the ones who decide if you get to keep that fucking power. And you're inciting violence by saying shit like that. No, that's not fucking bullshit. I studied the law for 4 fucking years of my fucking life to get my bachelor's in science and criminal justice. And I am not willing to live in a society in which we can have a secret fucking police force running around ripping people out of their fucking homes because of the color of their fucking skin and the fact that they speak with a fucking accent. I don't share your fucking racism. And that's what this is. This is about racism. When people call you Nazis, it's not an insult at this point. It's an observation. You don't get to rewrite the fucking narrative. You're never going to see people like me walk up to you and pat you on the back and tell you you did a good job. You got all them illegals and everything's cheaper somehow magically. Because to me, even if that were true, it's not fucking true, but even if that were fucking true, if the price for making everything cheaper was to hurt people who are different than me, that's a price I'm not willing to fucking pay. And the fact that you're willing to fucking pay it says something really fucking awful about you. And I'm not going to pat you on the fucking back for it and tell you you did a good job. There is no outcome in the near future in which the United States gets to stay a racist country. That's not in the future. No, you're done. You're done. Racism in the United States, you don't get to do that anymore. You don't. Because the rest of us, the millions that outnumber you, we're telling you, these are the laws we're willing to fucking follow. And we want our cops, our general cops, our regular law enforcers, to actually act like they have to follow the fucking law. Because there is an actual right way to arrest people. And it really does involve due process. That's how our laws are written. What you're really saying is you want to try and rewrite the fucking law for an authoritarian rule. And we're telling you, this is not going to happen. We're not fucking asking. That's the mistake you're making here. You're outnumbered. That's what you're seeing in these protests. Y'all only had 77 fucking million people. And even that number's dropping. The math y'all use ain't mathin'. You're not in a position of permanent power. You're in a position of temporary power. And my only fucking regret is that I can't just vote you out tomorrow. And if you're MAGA and you see this, get off my fucking page and shut your fucking mouth. Because I've wasted my breath trying to get through to you people years and years. And I'm going to tell you what your real problem is. Because there's a president that I can quote from our actual history. Because I read books, unlike you motherfuckers. Lyndon B. Johnson once actually described what the problem with the racists in the United States actually is. And he said, if you can convince the lowest white man that he's still better than the best black man, not only is he easy to rob, but he'll actually empty his pockets for you. That's you. You're the mark. J.D. Vance and Donald Trump are con men. Trump for sure. Yes, he fucking is. He's not a businessman. He never fucking was. That's public record. He has 34 very real felony counts, and he is all over the fucking Epstein files, which he still hasn't fucking released. And at this point, he's in contempt of court. So my fucking lawmakers better do their fucking job and arrest his ass. Because that's the law. That's the law. And J.D. Vance, if you had any balls as a man, if you had any respect for the office of the vice presidency, you would resign tomorrow. Because you encourage ICE officers to break the fucking law. ICE officers do not have jurisdiction over regular U.S. citizens and cannot enforce regular law. And even if they fucking could, there's still a right and wrong way to how you can fucking arrest people. And these guys are getting caught red-handed, blatantly breaking the fucking law and practicing police fucking brutality. And you MAGA fucking assholes, Nazi bastards, are laughing at people getting brutalized. Don't fly my fucking country's flag anymore. Fly the swastika since you love it so much. You don't fucking have the right to the stars and stripes. That's not your flag. That's not your flag. And the rest of us aren't willing to live in a fascist dictatorship. And I'm not going to let people die in a fascist dictatorship. And shut up about, but them illegals, but this, the whataboutism crap. Stop the fucking gaslighting. You know damn well you fucked up. I don't care about whether you admit it or not. Shut your mouths. Shut it. I'm going to delete your comments no matter what no matter what you throw on this page. You don't get a voice anymore because you abandoned everything that our country stood for. And you did it for a man who is literally all over the Epstein files. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. He's guilty as hell. You fucked up. You fucked up. You're on the side of literal Nazis, and I'm never letting you live it down. Because that's my job as an actual American citizen, to never let you fucking forget this shit. I was born in a democratic republic. I will die in a democratic fucking republic. I'm not asking for permission. I'm stating a fucking fact. The sitting Vice President of the United States has said ICE officers will start going door to door looking for them illegals, and even said that ICE officers have immunity. And I'm seeing people in the 30% crowd trying to argue that ICE officers do have immunity, that they have to do what they want and get away with a badge. I know what you're really saying. What you're really saying is, as long as it's not happening to me, it's not my problem. What you're really saying is, well, we don't really like the laws of a democratic republic. What we really want is to rewrite the laws in a way that makes us feel powerful over other people. I'm one of millions of Americans who is literally telling you, we're not willing to live like that. We're not willing to live in a society in which somebody with a federal fucking badge gets to be above the fucking law. We're not willing to live in a society in which somebody who holds one of the chief secretary positions of the United States, because that's what the office of the president and vice president is, the chief secretary positions, gets to act like kingships. This is not a fucking request. And here's the thing. When you say shit like that, you're literally going to get ICE officers who believe it's true, because you have an actual honorary position of power. But what you fail to fucking realize is that we, the people, are the ones who decide if you get to keep that fucking power. And you're inciting violence by saying shit like that. No, that's not fucking bullshit. I studied the law for 4 fucking years of my fucking life to get my bachelor's in science and criminal justice. And I am not willing to live in a society in which we can have a secret fucking police force running around ripping people out of their fucking homes because of the color of their fucking skin and the fact that they speak with a fucking accent. I don't share your fucking racism. And that's what this is. This is about racism. When people call you Nazis, it's not an insult at this point. It's an observation. You don't get to rewrite the fucking narrative. You're never going to see people like me walk up to you and pat you on the back and tell you did a good job. You got all them illegals and everything's cheaper somehow magically. Because to me, even if that were true, it's not fucking true, but even if that were fucking true, if the price for making everything cheaper was to hurt people who were different than me, that's a price I'm not willing to fucking pay. And the fact that you're willing to fucking pay it says something really fucking awful about you. And I'm not going to pat you on the fucking back for it and tell you did a good job. There is no outcome in the near future in which the United States gets to stay a racist country. That's not in the future. No, you're done. You're done. Racism in the United States, you don't get to do that anymore. You don't. Because the rest of us, the millions that outnumber you, we're telling you, these are the laws we're willing to fucking follow. And we want our cops, our general cops, our regular law enforcers, to actually act like they have to follow the fucking law. Because there is an actual right way to arrest people. And it really does involve due process. That's how our laws are written. What you're really saying is you want to try and rewrite the fucking law for an authoritarian rule. And we're telling you, this is not going to happen. We're not fucking asking. That's the mistake you're making here. You're outnumbered. That's what you're seeing in these protests. Y'all only had 77 fucking million people. And even that number's dropping. The math y'all use ain't mathin'. You're not in a position of permanent power. You're in a position of temporary power. And my only fucking regret is that I can't just vote you out tomorrow. And if you're MAGA and you see this, get off my fucking page and shut your fucking mouth. Because I've wasted my breath trying to get through to you people years and years. And I'm going to tell you what your real problem is. Because there's a president that I can quote from our actual history. Because I read books, unlike you motherfuckers. Lyndon B. Johnson once actually described what the problem with the racists in the United States actually is. And he said, if you can convince the lowest white man that he's still better than the best black man, not only is he easy to rob, but he'll actually empty his pockets for you. That's you. You're the mark. J.D. Vance and Donald Trump are con men. Trump for sure. Yes, he fucking is. He's not a businessman. He never fucking was. That's public record. He has 34 very real felony counts, and he is all over the fucking Epstein files, which he still hasn't fucking released. And at this point, he's in contempt of court. So my fucking lawmakers better do their fucking job and arrest his ass. Because that's the law. That's the law. And J.D. Vance, if you had any balls as a man, if you had any respect for the office of the vice presidency, you would resign tomorrow. Because you encourage ICE officers to break the fucking law. ICE officers do not have jurisdiction over regular U.S. citizens and cannot enforce regular law. And even if they fucking could, there's still a right and wrong way to how you can fucking arrest people. And these guys are getting caught red-handed, blatantly breaking the fucking law and practicing police fucking brutality. And you MAGA fucking assholes, Nazi bastards, are laughing at people getting brutalized. Don't fly my fucking country's flag anymore. Fly the swastika since you love it so much. You don't fucking have the right to the stars and stripes. That's not your flag. That's not your flag. And the rest of us aren't willing to live in a fascist dictatorship. And I'm not going to let people die in a fascist dictatorship. And shut up about, but them illegals, but this, the whataboutism crap. Stop the fucking gaslighting. You know damn well you fucked up. I don't care about whether you admit it or not. Shut your mouths. Shut it. I'm going to delete your comments no matter what no matter what you throw on this page. You don't get a voice anymore. Because you abandoned everything that our country stood for. And you did it for a man who is literally all over the Epstein files. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. He's guilty as hell. You fucked up. You fucked up. You're on the side of literal Nazis, and I'm never letting you live it down. Because that's my job as an actual American citizen, to never let you fucking forget this shit. I was born in a democratic republic. I will die in a democratic fucking republic. I'm not asking for permission. I'm stating a fucking fact. The sitting Vice President of the United States has said ICE officers will start going door to door looking for them illegals, and even said that ICE officers have immunity. And I'm seeing people in the 30% crowd trying to argue that ICE officers do have immunity, that they have to do what they want and get away with a badge. I know what you're really saying. What you're really saying is, as long as it's not happening to me, it's not my problem. What you're really saying is, well, we don't really like the laws of a democratic republic. What we really want is to rewrite the laws in a way that makes us feel powerful over other people. I'm one of millions of Americans who is literally telling you, we're not willing to live like that. We're not willing to live in a society in which somebody with a federal fucking badge gets to be above the fucking law. We're not willing to live in a society in which somebody who holds one of the chief secretary positions of the United States, because that's what the office of the president and vice president is, the chief secretary positions, gets to act like kingships. This is not a fucking request. And here's the thing. When you say shit like that, you're literally going to get ICE officers who believe it's true, because you have an
Niggas talking about fuck the streets, nigga. Ain't no fuck the streets. Nigga, fuck the streets. Fuck Adam 22, No Jumper, Jerry Heller, and Jerry Springer. Fuck your fake codes, your demonized culture, and your selective politicking. Niggas done lost their life for this shit and got back what? Niggas spent decades of their life in jail and got back what? Niggas kept it silent and got back what? Nigga, are you blind? Ain't no memorial statues for real niggas. You be lucky to get a headstone. The streets made us who we are, while at the same time robbing us of who we could have been. How many niggas would have been athletes? How many niggas would have been architects? How many niggas would have been revolutionary inventors? How many niggas would have been extraordinary surgeons? Saying fuck the streets is saying fuck giving up our future. Fuck shortchanging ourselves. Fuck being sacrificed. Fuck being exploited by the system. The funeral homes and mortuaries make $1 billion a year from gun violence. The prison system makes $80 billion a year locking your black ass up, and our communities don't see none of it. Calling niggas marks and bitches for saying fuck the streets is like me calling y'all marks and bitches for letting the police push y'all against the wall and rub his hand through your ass while he fondle your nuts. Because when that white boy pull up and violate y'all, all that gangster shit go out the window. What part of the code is that? And don't get it confused, fuck these rappers. Fuck who getting the publicity. We the face of this shit. We been pushing this shit. We at ground zero. Saying fuck the streets is not saying fuck our people. It's not saying fuck what we've been through. It's saying fuck the mentality, because the streets is here. Let that marinate.
First time when we ever done it to a proper, the first time when we little done it, we had feared so much.
When you niggas talking about
First time when we ever done it to a proper, the first time when we little done it, we had feared so much.
when you did what?
When we killed a baby, first time. And
You killed the babies?
Yes.
You yourself?
With Papa. Papa holding my hand, he helped me. But he told me to cut the baby's head off. But he forced me to. I couldn't.
He held your
so
hands?
He held my hand. Yes.
Like what? Show me.
So this is my hand on the knife. He put his big hand on, and he pushed my hand and then cut off the head.
The Hampstead kids. You know what happened after that video? They tried to say that that was a hoax. The Hampstead hoax was a series of false allegations starting in 2014 that a Satan-worshipping pedophile ring of about 175 parents, teachers, and religious leaders had been abusing children in the Hampstead area of North London. Police found no evidence of pedophilia or abuse, nor of murder or Satanism, but the alleged abusers were subjected to harassment, death threats, and online abuse that continued until at least 2022. It later emerged that the two children who had made the initial allegations had been threatened by adults into making them.
Is anybody else to the point of all of this? Like, I don't even want to watch TV anymore. I don't want to watch any commercials or shows, movies, none of it. I don't want to even eat food anymore. I don't want to drink water. I don't want to do anything that I've ever done in my life. I want to do everything the exact opposite, because apparently that's what we should have been doing the entire time. Is anybody else to the point of all of this? Like, I don't even want to watch TV anymore. I don't want to watch any commercials or shows, movies, none of it. I don't want to even eat food anymore. I don't want to drink water. I don't want to do anything that I've ever done in my life. I want to do everything the exact opposite, because apparently that's what we should have been doing the entire time.
Hey, so check this out. This is to all you ICE agents. I got a report and I seen videos of ICE shooting a pregnant woman. I repeat, they have just shot a pregnant woman, and they just beat up a random man and grabbed him and separated him from his family. Let me tell you something. This is all of y'all, public service announcement. This is to all you ICE agents, everybody on TikTok, all of y'all, all right? You ICE agents, I'm telling y'all, if I see y'all doing anything to anybody, I'm gonna beat the fuck out y'all, man. I'm gonna beat y'all ass. I'm gonna beat the fuck out of every last one of you, and I'm gonna make an example out of you motherfuckers, man. Fuck ICE. All right? Yeah, I said it. Fuck ICE and fuck Donald Trump. And if I see any one of you ICE agents putting y'all hands on anybody, I'm gonna beat y'all ass. I'm going to beat y'all ass. I'm gonna make an example out of each and every one of you ICE agents that we ain't the ones to be fucked with. We had enough of this bullshit. Everybody is tired of the racism. We're tired of the violence. We had enough, okay? And fuck this administration, fuck Donald Trump, and fuck ICE, all right? And if I see any one of you ICE agents anywhere out here doing anything, I'm gonna punch the shit out every last one of you, and I'm gonna beat y'all ass. I'm going to beat the shit out you. I'm gonna beat y'all ass. All right?
Time is every.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about the Grand Canyon and how to walk to Africa. I don't give a fuck about the Anunnaki. I don't give a fuck. Who gives a fuck? This ain't no shit I could prove. I could prove them niggas put crack in our neighborhoods. I could prove that this shit has afflicted us. I could prove this shit destroyed our communities. Can't prove no fucking Anunnaki. Come on, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, man. Nigga don't give a fuck about no spaceships, nigga. Nigga don't give a fuck about that shit. Y'all niggas be worried about dumb shit. Cause that shit soothes you because you're trying to detach from the reality. And the reality is, 3-letter organizations destroyed your fucking community and left you in the remnants. And you living in the effects of it. You don't know how to wrap your mind around that. You don't see a way out. You feel hopeless. Let me look in the motherfucking sky. Man, get that shit up out of here, bruh. I'm on that bullshit. You ain't gonna save nobody like that. Y'all niggas be focused on dumb shit because you detaching from reality. You disassociating. Because the work is hard. Community is hard. Getting back to base and getting back to square one and loving yourself again, starting with loving yourself and then having to love your brother or your sister the way you love yourself, that shit is hard. Do the hard work. It's hard to go to school and learn a trade and learn how to be an electrician. You gotta apply your mind, but you was always getting kicked out of school. That's hard. But that's the shit the government required you to do. Go do something for yourself. Find something that you're interested in. Do something with your hands, nigga. Do something with your mind besides destroy. Learn how to build something. All you niggas want to do is destroy shit. And you think that's something to brag about. Nigga, you already living in destruction. You just want to keep breaking shit? Then go to prison for 6 months, 6 years, come back up, pack the fuck up, oil your body up, and start telling niggas about the Grand Canyon. Man, I don't want to hear that shit, man. Y'all niggas be addicted to esoteric bullshit. That's how you end up in cults. That shit dumb. Do knowledge that you can really see. Stop letting niggas play with your fucking imagination because they disassociated from reality and they charismatic. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm charismatic. I throw you niggas for a loop too. I'm gonna keep you rooted in reality because I actually love you. I ain't some nigga no fairy tale, nigga. I ain't trying to move a nigga to the DR. Huh? Leave your kids. Leave your whole family. These niggas ain't ready to. They're not ready to break out the matrix. Babylon is falling. Now you in the DR homeless. Fuck. Ain't took a bath in weeks fighting bitches on the beach. You look crazy. What nigga call himself? What do you call himself?
First of all,
Deanna. What's that nigga name? Nature Boy? Oh, yeah, man. That nigga ain't Ric Flair, nigga.
That nigga ain't
Big Ice State, nigga. As soon as a nigga told you his name was Nature Boy and it wasn't Ric Flair, you should have ran for the hills, nigga. Man, see, just tell me, your teeth supposed to be yellow. No, nigga, you dirty.
No, they do
You're
not.
dirty. You're dirty. Shut your dirty ass up. Sick of this shit, man. You niggas fall for scams and bullshit all the time because you want to detach from reality, bro. Because living life is hard. Huh? It's hard being under the thumb of capitalism. That shit hard. That shit rough. You gotta have a plan. You gotta have some discipline. You gotta have some ambition. You gotta be willing to see things through. Not take no shortcuts, not cut no corners. You gotta trust the process. You niggas don't want to trust the process. You niggas want to detach from reality and live in bullshit. No more of that bullshit, bro. Ain't no more of that. Shout out my nigga Dr. Umar, but we gonna open our school. Shout out to him. We won't never see this nigga in the building.
Yo, he's outside.
Nigga outside in the snow talking about no snow bunny. Nigga, get in the house. Stop trusting niggas because they got an ankh tattooed in the middle of their fucking forehead. Nigga don't care nothing about that.
This is for anyone who still doesn't fucking get it. If you're still naive enough to think voting in the midterms or going on some tax strike is gonna fix anything our government is doing, allow me to give you a little spoiler alert. The managerial class will stop at nothing to complete their mission. And no, their mission isn't representation, fairness, or public service. That is the fairy tale version for adults who still believe in civics class. The real mission is hereditary aristocracy, a future where they live in perpetual leisure, insulated by wealth, surveillance, biotech, and offshore jurisdictions, while the rest of humanity becomes a managed labor pool that slaves away producing the resources, commodities, culture, and entertainment they consume. And once money becomes meaningless, which it does at the level of sovereign liquidity, the game becomes spiritual. The currency becomes domination, humiliation, desecration, and inversion. They don't just want compliance, they want submission. They want the human soul to bow willingly, to call its own captivity safety. That is the demonic architecture. Not conquered slaves, but slaves who thank their masters for the chains. Our lives are divided between two parallel economies that never touch. The internal economy of citizens and the external economy of states. The internal economy is the one we're all forced to operate in. Wages, bills, taxes, interest, debt, groceries, gas, mortgages, cost of living. It's the hamster wheel economy, the one designed to grind ordinary people into fine, compliant dust by making them believe that money must be earned, taxes must be paid, budgets must be balanced, and spending must be justified. In this world, you get punished for being irresponsible, lectured for being broke, and disciplined for stepping out of line. Because the rules matter down here. Scarcity is God in the citizen economy, and every citizen is taught to bow to it. But the second economy, the external, sovereign, managerial economy, doesn't operate on any of those rules. It doesn't use earned money. It uses created debt. It doesn't budget. It monetizes. It doesn't save. It extracts. It doesn't balance. It escalates. This is where the black budgets live. This is where the central banks play sorcerer with liquidity injections. This...
Allow me to
This is Jack White's statement about Trump's post. I'm going to read it in a minute because I love it that much and want to amplify it that badly. And let me say, I am so proud and impressed by those who have a platform and are making a stand like Jack White. And there are so many of them. And I would remind us that our power resides in our ability to hear it and spread the message and know that we do not have to pull the levers of power to have power. This post would basically get anyone at any job fired immediately, except for arguably the most important position in the world. That's right. Trump is a racist, a rapist, a felon, a grifter, currently ordering the U.S. government to pay him $10 billion simply because no one will stop him, and a full-on dementia sufferer. And yet he has the power to send in Gestapo ICE soldiers to kill our citizens, and so much more dangerously, he has the nuclear codes and the ability to end humanity at any moment based on an egotistical whim. How is it possible that we have given this evil man so much power? The two-party system, the Electoral College, the responsibility the internet has brought to humanity, and its direct conflict with truth and America's obsession with celebrity are all to blame, but the fact that we aren't stopping it is insanity. Arrest this man, impeach this man, 25th Amendment this man, jail this man, indict this man, this longtime friend of pedophile Epstein, who appears 40,000 times in the files, this demolisher of the White House, demolisher of the Constitution, demolisher of the Bill of Rights, demolisher of America. Full stop. It's hard to believe the government does almost nothing about this lunacy, and we all just have to sit back and watch as a people. And when he's finally gone, we had better put into place new laws and regulations that don't allow anyone to find dangerous loopholes based solely on the assumption that our president has some sort of dignity and decency. Abolish these loopholes, abolish the Electoral College, and if we had any sense, we would abolish the two-party system that George Washington advised us not to have, that got us here in the first place and has failed not only Americans, but everyone else in the world who is currently suffering from our policies and suffering from the whims of the sick, deranged man who, I will state again, has his tiny, bruised fingers on the nuclear launch button. And I would add, we should make sure that we publicly publicize the trials of everyone in the administration who broke laws, everyone in the media who carried water and lied for him. Let generations of Americans know if you stab America in her back, she will turn her back on you. This is Jack.
Bro.
Running a business is not.
Outside the Bishop Henry Whipple building, there's a large crowd here gathered. They're throwing dildos at their cars.
Eat a dick! Eat a dick!
Operation Dildo in full effect. Oh, shit. Dildos coming your way. Dildos. 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 It's raining dicks. It's raining dicks. It's absolute chaos out here in Operation Dildo Blitz. Oh, more dildos. More dildos. There's more dildos coming. It's raining dicks. Oh, God. Here we go. Operation Dildo Blitz in full effect. The cop's like, maybe I'm in the wrong spot. That's a high dick traffic area, sir. We got a dick stuck to the side of this squad car. Sir, put that thing away, goddammit. That's rude. It's indecent exposure.
I know that.
Wow, you're a dickhead.
Yeah. Fuck ICE.
The people have erected quite the defense out here in Operation Dildo Blitz. They're showing some real balls. All right, the people here have taken over the street. We're not supposed to be in the street, but we've completely taken the street because, well, whose streets? Our streets. Outside the.
I have 217,000 followers. I need one of you. One person Is there a new graveyard? A new one. A new graveyard. At all. A new graveyard in your 100-mile radius? At all? I need one of you to tell me there is. Please.
Do you want to switch into... Life is not fun or entertaining anymore once you become aware. Once you realize and you come to the understanding that this is just a game we're all being forced to play now, it's no longer enjoyable. I just analyze, hyper-analyze everything and anything. I don't like talking to anyone that isn't awake to the lies and the manipulation. I just don't care. And it doesn't matter if it's family or friends, I just don't want to make the small talk with you because we're not on the same level. And they just don't see it that way. They think that you're the crazy one. I don't want to talk about sports, it's fucking fake. I don't want to talk politics or elections, it's illusion of choice. I don't want to talk science or history facts, it's brainwash and manipulation. I don't want to talk about what was on the news, it's corruption and lies and more manipulation. I can't even enjoy watching a movie or a show because I'm just fixating on the fact that it's programming. It's like every aspect of life is just them trying to further manipulate your mind. And I can't connect with anyone that isn't capable of seeing that. I've been awake for about 7 years now, and it doesn't ever get any easier, and life just gets less and less enjoyable as time goes on. And the only time I ever get just a little bit of relief here and there is when I'm having a conversation with someone that's also completely aware of what's happening.
So I want y'all to do something real.
Oh, you guys have midterm.
So I want y'all to do something real quick, and I'm gonna go ahead and do it with y'all. Especially if you live in the hood. I want you to step outside of your house real quick. And I want you to tell me what you see. I'm gonna tell you what I see. I see a busy ass road, annoying ass cars that be honking left and fucking right, waking me the fuck up about my damn sleep, much like how it fucking did. I see a fucking park. I see a parking lot and a whole bunch of cars and a whole bunch of trees, and then I see another street with a whole bunch of houses in it. You know who I do not see? ICE. Because have y'all noticed, wherever ICE is located, they're always located in white areas, AKA safe zones. Why don't they bring their asses to the fucking hood? Like really, why don't they bring their asses to the fucking hood? I mean, really think about this shit. They done been to all other places in Michigan. They done been to Royal Oak. They done been to Sterling Heights. They done went to, what's that other little area? That Troy. They was over there in that little fucking area. Tell me where the fuck they wasn't at, though. Detroit. The east side of Detroit. The west side of Detroit. These motherfuckers wasn't even on or anywhere near southwest of fucking Troy. Where the fuck these motherfuckers at? Are they that fucking scared of us? Like, really? Like, they only hitting up the fucking white areas. Why don't they hit up any other black areas? They won't even bring their asses over here, and it's mixed where I'm at. Like, come on now. Come on now. Like, this.
Oh, you guys have.
That's it for tonight, or today, this morning. Everybody angry, you feel me? And everything going to shit. So, like the video, subscribe. I'm gonna see y'all in a couple hours.
Midterm elections coming up? Don't worry. I'm gonna get the board. Probably should have done this video a couple years ago. Midterm elections are going to be on Tuesday, November 3rd, 2026. Put that in your calendar right now. My board looks horrible, but try to pay attention to the lesson anyway. Why are they called midterm elections? Because this election takes place exactly in the middle of a presidential 4-year term. Now, next November being only the middle of this man's term in office is a really hard pill to swallow, but it is what it is. So let's see what we can do about it. Now, what are you guys voting for? Number 1, you are voting for everybody in the House of Representatives. How many is that? 435 members are up for re-election. Why? Because they only served a 2-year term. 435 new congresspeople. It can be a clean sweep. You guys can do anything you want. All the power is in your hands. What do you have to do? Get off the couch and go vote. Also up for election is approximately 1/3 of the Senate. Now senators, by the way, you get 2 senators per state. Senators are elected for a 6-year term, and 1/3, which is 33, get elected every 2 years, so it's stagnant. No, not stagnant. Stagnated. No. Staggered. That's it. It's staggered, so only 1/3 gets elected every 2 years, so the whole body doesn't get elected at the same time.
And one thing she don't know is there's a whole bunch of other people that don't get elected. They elect themselves.
Now this election, you guys are actually going to elect 35 senators. Why? Because there's 2 vacant seats. So you guys get even more political power to make a change right now. Oh, I'm not done. You guys have even more political power than I've already mentioned. Are you ready? Number 3, you also have 36 states that are going to be electing a new governor. Chalk gets everywhere. The fancy word is gubernatorial. I can barely say it, so I didn't even want to try to spell it. Now, this is incredibly important to the democracy in the United States. Not only do you guys have a separation of powers at the federal level, I know the current administration hasn't read the Constitution, but somebody should read them the pop-up version in order to understand what's actually going on in your government. You have a decentralized democracy in which individual states and state governments led by governors have an incredible amount of power to control what goes on in that state and how to build a country as a whole. And wouldn't it be lovely if we all proved to Elon Musk that his billions upon billions of dollars has no power to sway your vote? I'm just saying. And finally, there will be thousands of state and local positions up for election in every single county, city, and state across the U.S. It's almost as though if everybody got off their butt and went and voted, we could actually control the system rather than the system controlling us. Now I want to make something crystal clear. The midterms and every election is where your power as a citizen exists. This is it. This is your might. You can change the future of the United States on November 3rd. Do you understand that? And do you also understand that the current administration is terrified of you?
Right.
Why is he terrified of you? How can I prove it? I'll tell you why. Because he's talking about nationalizing elections. I wrote too fast, I forgot the I. This is very important. The reason they're talking about nationalizing elections is because he realizes at the federal level, he can't decide when and where those elections happen, but he wants to figure out at what moment, at what point can he have federal overreach into your elections in order to manipulate, control, and oppress. I'm not saying it to scare you. I am saying it to empower you. He's not going to be able to do anything like this. Congress will step up and stop him. And if they don't, you will. Because elections are your power. He knows it. He's terrified of it. And you know what, guys? Make all his worst, horrible nightmares come true. Oh, you guys have midterm elections coming up? Don't worry.
It's fast, but this is gonna make sense. Listen.
Apparently, I shot some lady in the face. And of course, you think you care about that. But before you get all worked up like they want you to, let me remind you that a few months ago, you also thought you had big feelings about that Ukrainian girl who got stabbed on the bus. And now, You don't even know what's going on with her case. You forgot about that, and you'll forget about this. You forgot about Sudan, and you'll forget about Venezuela. You could pick any headline, and this will apply. The topics change, but the trend is the same. Information, outrage, debate, disengage, repeats. You are trapped in an endless cycle of tragedy tourism where you keep falling for what you think you are standing for. You're programmed, not principled. And that's precisely why you can't recognize the plot. It doesn't matter what really happened or which side's perspective is correct. The narrators of the narratives aren't concerned with wrong or right. They just want you to fight. You're a pawn in their game of distract, divide, and conquer. And every move you make ensures that you lose and they win. That's the consequences of choosing to play by their rules.
You gotta be quick to pick this up, but you did, right? They've got us fighting. Red versus blue, black versus white, right versus left. And people think they're awake. But if you're emotional and angry and reactive, you're not awake. You're hijacked. Because a triggered mind is a controlled mind. And they do not need to control you with force. They control you with outrage. Flash the headlines, inflame the emotion, keep you arguing with strangers you don't even know, you've never even met. And while you're busy defending a position, your consciousness is actually being kidnapped. Here's the part that no one wants to know. A mind in reaction cannot create. A mind in anger cannot build a future. And a mind in fear will never lead. So what do they steal from you? Not your opinion, your creative power. The real rebellion is not protest, it's sovereignty. Pull your attention back, step out of the narrative. Stop playing a game designed to keep you small, because you, my friend, are powerful beyond measure. My certainty about this is greater than your doubt, but only when your mind belongs to you. And the cruelest irony here, you keep fighting for what you think you stand for, while becoming the exact thing they need you to be. So in order to change the game, you have to adapt the player. In order to adapt the player, a breakthrough must occur. Follow for more awesome content like this, and remember, live your life inspired.
Like, how the fuck are we supposed to just keep going? Like, how the fuck are, like, this is so fucking weird. Like, I just got done with work. I had to act like everything's fine all fucking day. I got an interview tomorrow with a new client that I'm going to have to just sit down in front of and just be like, oh, hey, how's it going? Like, oh, yeah, you know, this new project seems pretty good. I got a job interview for a new position on Monday. And I'm supposed to go in and just be like, oh, yeah, I'm really excited about working for this company. And I'm going to be like, oh, what are your biggest strengths? Meanwhile, America's about to end. NATO is about to end. It's like, China just, like, there's so much Epstein, like, it's like we all have to fucking still sit around and act like everything's fucking fine. I'm gonna have to go into a job interview and they're gonna be like, oh, well, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Dead. And you too, I would have to say to them. All of us. That's where I see all of us in 10 years, 5 years. Dead. Like, how the fuck are we supposed to just keep going? Like, how the fuck are, like, this is so fucking weird. Like, I just got done with work. I had to act like everything's fine all fucking day. I got an interview tomorrow with a new client that I'm gonna...
Money is tight this year.
So let me get this right before I dissociate again. Our own government decided to drop files on their website, put it out so the entire world can see, with videos and pictures of what they're doing to these kids, the rituals that they are performing. The files dropped 6 days ago, and the United States didn't even pause for 24 hours. Nothing happened at all. What type of illusion are we living in? What trance do they got us in?
I know folks be thinking everybody just be lying and bullshitting on this fucking app, but I'm gonna tell y'all some real shit, you heard me? I got abducted by some aliens 4 years ago. You heard me? Now I know y'all probably sitting there like, oh, this nigga just talking. No, I'm about to tell y'all some real shit, you heard me? And this ain't no game. This ain't no, I'm trying to get no clout or go up off this shit or nothing. I just want the people who willing to listen, you heard me? So check it out. Motherfucker, I was going to sleep that whole week. Every night I go to sleep, I'm having the most extreme dreams, you heard me? The first dream I had, mind you, I went dreaming for like a year or two before this. The first dream I had, I seen myself walking into a lobby. And I was like, you know, what the fuck that look like me? I follow myself or whatsoever, boom, boom, boom. As soon as I sat in front of myself, we both recognized that, okay, we the same person. At that moment, I got sucked off into the air, like upward. And this word that I seen, which is what we stay, it was almost like a clock, and it was surrounded by other clocks. You understand me? Like, no bullshit. Or I say like orbs, right? So I'm like, what the fuck? But I couldn't breathe. You heard me? Next thing you know, I got dropped down. When I got dropped down, I was inside of a woman in the kitchen, and the kids ran up to me. They were like, Mama, can we go outside? And I looked at them, and they were like, what? And I was like, yeah, y'all can go outside. But in my mind, I'm thinking like, who the fuck am I? You know what I'm saying? Because I know who the fuck I am right now, you heard me? So I go in the living room area, and I was walking around, and I started touching on my body. I had breasts. As soon as I started panicking, I got sucked up again. You heard me? Now listen, no bullshit. I got sucked up again, then I got dropped down again. When I got dropped down again, I was a little kid. I was a little bitty kid in my room, like playing with my shit, you heard me? Then I just looked around and I'm like, what the fuck I'm doing here? I get up, I go out my room. As I go out my room, I see my dad, whoever the fuck my dad as a kid, you heard me? As that kid. As soon as I go to try to tell him, I get pulled up again. So I get pulled up again, right? I'm like, okay, please stop dropping me down and shit. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, I get dropped down again. But I'm an old ass man in a hospital bed. I can hear the beat. I can feel, like I can literally like humanize this shit, you heard me? So check it out. I end up waking up from that dream in a panic, sweating. I'm like, hold on, son. I don't want to, like, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't tell nobody, cause it was weird to me, you know what I'm saying? Especially being a woman, you heard me? So I was like, oh, fuck no, what was that about? So the next night I go to sleep, all right? The next night I go to sleep is me, my mama, and my sister. We going into a house. While I'm in the house, I go into the back room, which looked like my grandma's old room, right? I look in the mirror, I have no reflection. So I say, okay, fuck. What the fuck going on? I go in the kitchen, I ask my mom, I say, Mom, what time it is? It was almost like she looped the repeat, the same shit. So I looked at her, I was like, Mom. She was like, yeah, go ahead and get them bags out of da. And I was like, Mom, what time it is? And then like she reset it and she was like, go ahead and get them bags out of So I said, hold on, like what the fuck? My mom ain't even like, you know what I'm saying? She too woke. So I'm like, man, this ain't my mom. So I was like, the fuck, who is this lady? And she kept saying it like it was like a repeat, right? So I said, okay, something going on. Mind you, this is my first time being in full. Check it out. I want y'all, this a build up to let y'all know what the fuck happened. So I walked out of the door, you heard me? And I'm looking we walked in this house, but as I look out, when I walk out the house, it was different balls of light, like 7 balls of light, right? In this little neighborhood, but each ball of light was projecting a reality. No bullshit. I'm telling y'all this shit for y'all know people ain't going crazy and this shit is real. So it's like, I'm looking at one, it's like snow, mountains, a fucking buffalo. I'm like, man, what the fuck? The next one is like some whole country town shit with buku grass and shit, you heard me? So I'm like, oh man, what the fuck going on around here? As I'm looking at the different projectors giving off the different lights and shit, some of my mind was like, shit, just walk into one of them bitches. So I get off the porch and I walk into that bitch. Why the fuck that bitch pulled me right back into the house while I'm standing there asking my mama what time it is, right? No bullshit. So I went into a panic like I'm in a loop. I said, hold on, something going on. So it made me think to myself, maybe it's a projector that's projecting this onto mine, you know what I'm saying? My mind to make me stay in my little thing and they know that I'm aware, right? Okay, cool. I wake up again. When I wake up this time, same shit. I'm sweating, I'm panicking, I can't breathe type shit. So I'm like, oh man, I'm probably finna go to the mental hospital, you heard me? This is 3 nights back to back. If I'm lying, I'm flying, y'all. I bullshit you not, you heard me? So I started praying on it. I was like, listen, God, listen to me, man. Listen, I don't know what I'm going through, man, but I'm afraid to go to sleep because something weird is going on in that realm, you know what I'm saying? Okay, check it out. This is where the adoption shit came into, right? You ain't gotta believe me, you ain't even gotta believe me, but I ain't got no reason to fucking lie to y'all. So listen here. That night, I prayed. It was raining. And I told you I was scared to go to sleep, so it's raining, and I'm laying on the couch, and it's thundering, wind, water in the window. I'm not even sleeping because I'm forcing myself to stay up, you heard me? Why the fuck, all of a sudden, I just go to sleep? Like, no bullshit, like, not try to, I'm talking about, I remember trying to stay up. I remember, like, not trying to go to sleep. All of a sudden, I'm in that realm, I'm in a dream realm. But I'm sitting on the couch, and everything is white. When I tell you the TV white, the nightstand white, the walls white, the floor white, the couch white, the garments I got on my body was white. So I get up and I walk down the hallway. It was like the place where I was at was creating itself as I was walking through. My grandma was in the kitchen. She had on white. Everything was white. This is my grandma that passed away. So I'm like, man, what's going on? Like, you know, I'm like, you feel me? Like, what the fuck? Oh my.
With Shopify.
You want to know why I haven't paid taxes in a very long time and why I put exempt on my W-4s? Because it's a fraud, it's voluntary, and it's all about contract law. Hey guys, you want to talk about Title 31, Section 321 of the IRS Code and US Code? Let's talk about it because your taxes that you pay on your income are actually gifts to Washington, D.C. Yeah, you're gifting Washington, D.C. It's not a gift, okay? Our hard-earned money should not be a gift to Washington, D.C. What do I mean by contract law? Well, here's the thing. In order for the IRS to come after you, you have to be in an agreement with them. And how you enter into an agreement with them is agreeing in the first place to pay taxes. It's also agreeing to file your taxes. When you don't file, you're not in contract with them. Okay, folks? I haven't paid taxes in years. They have not come after me yet. I always put exempt on my W-4s, and it works. And this tax strike that is being led across the country is awesome. And I'm jumping right on board with it because you know what? If I do leave this country because it's falling apart, right now while I'm working hard, I'm not going to fucking pay taxes. I'm not gonna have my taxes go to fund Venezuela. I'm not, okay? We are done. Wake up. If everybody just stops paying taxes, what are they gonna do? There is nothing they can do. Stop being afraid, act like an American, put your fucking foot down. Do not buy into this corruption. It all started in 1913, it was illegal, and we really do, those out there that know exactly what took place on that disastrous evening in 1912, called the Titanic. There were a few people that tried to stop the Federal Reserve from happening, and they were big time bankers, and the other bankers had them all. Well, you know what happens. Okay, wake up, don't pay your fucking taxes. I'm not. You wanna know why I haven't paid taxes in a very long time and why I put exempt on my W-4s? Because it's a fraud.
You're supposed to eliminate. Most people are not eliminating. You're not eliminating toxins out of your body. You're not eliminating the metabolic food that you ate. You're not eliminating all the stress that you went through out the day. You're not eliminating on an emotional level. You're not eliminating because you're not talking about what hurt your feelings. You're not eliminating because somebody double crossed you. You didn't speak on it. You're not eliminating because you wanted to cry, but you needed to be strong for the family, or however you look at it. So you holding all these tears in. You're not eliminating because all the things that happened to you when you was little, you ain't standing up and speaking against it. You're not eliminating because you need to be journaling, writing down all the bull crap that you've been going through, and you're not writing it down. You're not eliminating because you're not praying. Even if you're praying to your higher self, you're still not praying. You're not eliminating. You're not eliminating because you're not speaking the life you want. So meaning you're not putting out affirmations and not speaking of the change that you want to see in the world and see in your body. You have to eliminate. Because if you don't eliminate, you accumulate. When you accumulate, you become congested. When you become congested, what happens, y'all? The body go through what? Toxicity. Toxicity then brings on what, y'all? Deficiency, because what gets toxic? The blood. When the blood is full of toxins and the lymphatic system is full of toxins, without the lymphatic system, you can't get your fats. You can't get your vitamin A's. You can't get your vitamin K's. You can't get your vitamin D. You can't get your vitamin E. These are fat-soluble minerals. See that? You can't get your water. You can't get your hydration, your cations and your anions, because your blood is being blocked. So now the toxicity causes roadblocks and brings on deficiency. Now deficiency becomes an oxygen deficiency. The deficiency comes a malnourished deficiency because you're not getting no minerals, you're not getting no cations, you're not getting no anions, you're not getting no macronutrients, your micronutrients. You're not getting electricity. So now you're deficient. You're deficient in your emotions. You don't know how to express yourself to nobody. You don't know how to express yourself to your significant other. You just tapped out of the world. You deficient emotionally. You ain't talked to God in a minute. You deficient spiritually. You deficient physically. You deficient. So since the toxicity brought on the deficiency brings on what? Adaptation. Now your body starts to adapt to it. Now you start adapting to it. You think it's cool being an animal. You think it's cool not communicating your thoughts. You think it's cool being lonely. Did you know loneliness is one of the number one causes of this loneliness, y'all? It studies on it. Look it up. You think it's cool not having friends. You think it's cool being ducked off in the corner all day. Do you know that in order to have community means communication? Without community, you die. You have to commune. You have to communicate. See, now you adapting to these unnormal lifestyles that you think is normal. It ain't normal. Now your cells have to adapt to this deprived body of oxygen, so the cells start to adapt and becomes anaerobic. Now it uses it uses lactic acid to proliferate cell growth. Now it uses lactic acid.
Things are looking up for little.
Why did every phone company eliminate removable batteries at the exact same time? That wasn't coincidence. That was coordination. They told us it was for design slimmer phones, water resistance, but those were just surface level excuses. Because when you could take the battery out, you had real power. You could shut it all down, cut the signal, kill the tracking, stop the eavesdropping, gone. Just like that. Now, press power, swipe off. Hold the button, doesn't matter. The phone pretends to be off, but it's not. It still listens, still watches, alarms still work, updates still install while you sleep airplane mode. Just a feel-good toggle. And here's what no one wants to say out loud. Every major brand, every flagship model switched at once. No choice, no alternative. Because the system needed you to carry it willingly everywhere. It became the perfect surveillance tool. Not forced into your life, but invited in. It tracks. It listens. It maps your every move.
How do we collect more tax money? Simple, make more people pay taxes. How do we make more people pay taxes? Just make sure more people get a job. How do we make sure more people get a job? Just teach them to be employees at a younger age. How do we train employees at a younger age? Make them go to work and call it school. Okay, how does school translate to more employees? Because we'll teach them how to show up when they're told, how to leave when they're told, and how to shut the fuck up and do what they're told while they're there. What if we still don't have enough tax money? Then make everything more expensive. How does that get us more money? Because we'll apply what's called a sales tax to the cost of their products. Right, because if it costs more,
then the taxes will be higher too. But what happens when people stop buying the stuff because it's too expensive? Then we raise the price on stuff people can't live without. But what happens when people can't afford that? Then we'll have even more people to tax. How does people not being able to afford their necessities translate to more people to tax? Because then the men won't be able to pay the bills on their own. Okay, and that helps us how? Because then both the man and the woman will have to go out and earn money to pay the bills. And guess what? They're both going to be paying taxes. Okay, but if the woman's at work, who's going to raise the children? Exactly. Remember what we were just talking about earlier? School. Oh, that's genius. We're going to be simultaneously training new employees while our current employees go out and work themselves to death so they can pay us more taxes. Exactly. Okay, but wait, how are we going to make more money after we already have all these people paying their taxes? Well, then you give them a raise. No, I said how do we collect more money, not how do we give them more money? Well, if they make $100, we take 10%, we get $10. But if they make $200 and we take 10%, we get 20. Okay, that's brilliant. And then what? Well, after all of that, the only thing we can do is raise the percentage that we take. How do we?
So I'm going to play a little video here from Elizabeth Newman, the former Assistant Secretary for the Department of Homeland Security. Watch it all the way through. Trust me.
This is a federal law enforcement agency. They are authorized under the Immigration and Nationality Act. So they are law enforcement, but their authorities as federal law enforcement are limited. ICE has two main components. The first is the Enforcement and Removal Operations, or ERO, and they focus on immigration arrest, detention, deportation. It's largely civil, so not criminal. There's a second division called the Homeland Security Investigations Group, and they conduct complex criminal investigations, human trafficking, drug trafficking, money laundering, child exploitation. They are partners with FBI and DEA. So they do have the ability to do criminal investigations. ICE does not have any general police powers, though. No federal agency does, because general police powers under the Constitution are given to the states and local authorities. So their authority is limited to whatever is in the federal law that authorizes them to do certain actions.
Got it. Another top search right now. Can ICE agents detain U.S. citizens?
No, they do not have the authority to detain a U.S. citizen for immigration violations. They can be temporarily stopped or questioned if, in certain limited circumstances, particularly if they don't know if the person is a U.S. citizen or not. But once it's been demonstrated that they are a U.S. citizen, they need to be released. They can't be taken to immigration detention, for example. ICE can arrest U.S. citizens for federal criminal offenses, but not for immigration violations.
Got it. All right. People also want to know, what rights do I have when interacting with ICE? Great question.
It is a good question. So every person in the United States, so citizens as well as non-citizens, have constitutional protections. That includes things like the right to remain silent, the right to an attorney, protection against unreasonable searches and seizures. So if you are approached, you have the right to ask what agency the officer is from and why they are there. You do not have to answer questions about immigration status, though you shouldn't lie. You do not have to open your door for ICE unless they have a judicial warrant signed by a judge, not an administrative warrant, but a judicial warrant. And of course, you have the right to remain silent, as I mentioned. So with all of these, there's a lot of detail, and I would recommend going to either the National Immigration Law Center or ACLU. They have a series of Know Your Rights resources, and those are really important things if you are going to protest or if you are trying to help our immigrant neighbors to check out to know what your rights are.
Now, one of the top searches on Google is, what legal authority does ICE?
So I'm going to play a little video here.
I was completely fine with Jamaican rum and raisin ice cream. Yeah, the way it was before. Until this woman said one.
So it's been psychologically proven that if you smoke weed regularly, you're almost permanently unaffected by mind control tactics, narrative forming, and the mass mind control propaganda that's used on the TV to direct your ideology. No, some of us don't smoke just so that we can chill, though it helps, because you stop taking the dumb shit the propaganda seriously because you can see right through the shit. And you take the stuff that's below the surface a little bit more seriously, not the stupid triggerable narratives that are on the surface. An NPC can't stay an NPC if they smoke weed. It will break your brain, but in a good way. It will tear you right out of these narratives that your mind is trapped in. Your brain won't leave you alone until you think about these things that you do. Period. And it will change you. It'll change the way you look at the world. You'll see everything a couple layers deeper at all times. You'll see patterns and rhythms and cycles, and you won't be able to ignore them. You will never be able to watch a movie the same way again. And yeah, this happens later when your brain is developed. So if you're smoking pot early on, it may make you seem like you're dumb, but it's because your brain isn't all the way developed and doesn't really know what to do with all the THC. But once your brain is developed, which I would say comes around 25 years old to 30, then it plays a whole different role in your mindscape and can be used literally to crank down the nervousness, the anxiety. It even deals with the depression if you get the right strain, and it snaps you out of the grind. And that's why you find so many people that do smoke have a hard time trying to work, because they realize the grind is what it is. It's not what it looks like. So those people that can smoke and work are a whole nother level human. They're working for a whole different purpose. So yeah, it's a whole different mind world. And if you don't smoke, you'll never see it, you'll never know about it, and you'll really never understand your pothead friends. And that's coming from one. So it's been psychologically proven.
Y'all check this out, and I want y'all to tell me if I'm lying. Property taxes are a scam. Yeah. It doesn't matter how you try to justify it, how you try to make it make sense, and how you try to come up with any excuse for it. Oh, it meant that. Fuck all that. Property taxes are a fucking scam. Think about it. You already paid your house off. Why the fuck are you still paying for something you already paid off? Why? For what reason? Imagine that. You're just chilling, going on, living your life. 4 or 5 years go by. You're knocking the door. Don't. You're like, what the fuck? Who the hell is that? You open the door. Yes, you currently owe us $17,000. You haven't paid your property tax. What? Motherfucker, I paid this house off. What do you mean property tax? I paid you already. I paid the house. You mean to tell me I have to pay you tax every single year? Until infinity? Then that means I'm really just renting the house for you. So what was the first purchase then? If I don't own the house, what was the first purchase? That was just for funsies? Property taxes are a fucking scam. Tax in general is a scam.
Congressman Knopp, how can I help you?
Hi, I'm calling in regards to the representative's seat on the DHS Oversight Investigations and Accountability Subcommittee. I am calling because yesterday I watched a press conference with Ms. Noem, and on the podium in front of her, it said, quote, "One of ours, all of yours." And I'm wondering if you could tell me, given that his job is to have oversight over DHS, I'm wondering if you could tell me what that means. One of ours, all of yours.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I can't speak on behalf of the congressman.
I'm not asking you to speak on behalf of him. I'm just asking you to tell me what that means.
Yes, ma'am. I'm not sure what that means.
Why don't you go ahead and Google it? I'll wait for you to Google it.
Yes, ma'am. And again, if you have like a...
Go ahead and Google it. I'm waiting. Google it. Google one of ours, all of yours, meaning. Tell me what it says.
What I'm seeing on Google is it says has gained attention for its association.
Type in meaning at the end or you're just going to get news because it's a pretty big deal. Type in one of ours, all of yours, meaning.
Yes, that is what I typed in.
Okay, and tell me the very first thing you see at the top. Don't just skip it, because I did the same Google, so I know what's there.
Yes. It says, it has been widely discussed in recent contexts, particularly in relation to Kristi Noem's podium during a press conference. Critics have linked it to Nazi-era collective punishment, particularly the Ladice massacre in 1942, where the Nazis retaliated against the village of Ladice after the assassination of SS Obergruppen.
Right, so I'm wondering why our government is putting a fascist rallying cry on the podium that threatens collective punishment. They're like saying the quiet part very out loud. Did you sign up? I'm pretty sure you sound like a good person. I'm pretty sure you didn't sign up to work for a fascist regime.
Well, ma'am, I appreciate your call today. And, you know, I've noted this down to get concerned about it.
You should quit. You're working for a regime that's saying the quiet part out loud. They're quite literally putting Nazi slogans on the podium to threaten the U.S. people with collective punishment. I'll forgive the fact that you may not have comprehended it previously, but they're telling you. They are telling you, and you're still sitting in that seat.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I appreciate your call today. And your
Please quit. Please stop betraying the people of this country. They can't operate without all of the cogs like you. Sleep on it. Have a day.
Congressman Knopp.
My brain fronts.
Congressman Knopp.
My brain.
I'm going to say something that I'm scared to say, but I am also scared to not say, which is that we need to get organized. I mean, in our communities, and I don't even mean necessarily, I'm not talking like this is it. I'm not saying like we're going to actually do this. I'm saying for our own safety, we need to start meeting face to face and establishing clear communications with members of our community. I mean, it could be for fun. It could be, you know, whatever. But we need to start meeting each other in our communities. And look, I'm actually just going to go ahead and say it. I am scared. I am scared that something even bigger is coming. Something very big is coming. I thought that maybe something big would be coming at the midterm or what have you, but I think it is possible that something big is going to happen sooner rather than later. The simplest way of saying it is just there is a lot of stuff going on right now. There is a lot. There's too much stuff. That's really what it comes down to. There is too much stuff going on both in front of us and in the background. I am not just talking about the files. I am not just talking about the Tulsi Gabbard whistleblower. I am also talking about the fact that there is a paramilitary with masks going on town to town with unlimited resources, knocking on people's doors and taking them into detention centers. And there are thousands of people now that are missing, completely gone. They have no track of where they are. I'm talking about the fact that they are building camps. Literally, they are building camps. And if you think that this is for immigration, may I remind you that we have just discovered that our government, we are being run by a shadow government. This is real life. This is really happening. Our executive branch is working under a shadow government, and they have a paramilitary that answers only to them. There is also the fact that, and I did not know this until recently, and I don't think a lot of people did either, that Doge was either hacked and or working with the Russians, and information of our critical infrastructure was given to them. What I am saying is that there are a lot of ways that things can go really bad in a really short period of time. And we are woefully unprepared. If something like what happens in Iran, where they shut down our internet or they shut down our comms, we have nothing ready. We have lost our third party. We have lost our third places, our communities. We have lost everything. We have nothing in place that anywhere that I know of where we can come together as a community and we can be organized for if something goes horribly wrong. We need a contingency. We need community leaders to come together in every part of this country, and we need to get ready in the event that something goes horribly wrong. And quite honestly, worst case scenario, then we're just meeting people in our community, which is a good thing. But I want to be clear, the reason why you feel helpless and you feel like you don't know what you can do, and it's because we are not organized. We are completely separated. We cannot do anything as individuals on ourselves except watch TikToks and read Reddits and hope that hackers come and save us. We cannot do anything in this state. We have to get organized, both for our defense, but also in the event that we actually do need to take action, if our government does truly fail us. If you agree with me, I have a very clear directive for you. You can share this video or whatever, but I think what you have to do is you need to get on this platform and other platforms, and you need to say, let's get organized. You can say it with your face. You can just put a text on. You can use a hashtag. You can do whatever. But we need to make an overwhelming drum of noise that we are getting organized. And then you need to actually do that. You need to actually get out of your house and you need to go meet other human beings in your community, and you need to get organized. We have to get organized about our resources. We have to get organized about our communications. We have to get organized as to who can do what and do what when. Because our government doesn't care about us. Our government is leaving us, and our government is leaving us in the dust on every conceivable level, on a local level, all the way up to the global cabal. We are on our own, and we need to start acting like it. It is literally just us. No one is going to do it for you. There is no cavalry. We have to do it ourselves. So if you agree with me, get on the horn and start saying, let's get organized. I'm going to say something that I'm scared to say, but
the scary truth behind this story.
She fell out on the floor, flipped upside down, boom, boom, boom. And so my wife recorded it.
Right off the bat, right off the mother.
When a veteran doesn't have the...
We need to vote schizos into office. This is the secret war that's been going on since the dawn of time. Now, most of the world is made up of normies. Now, these people are taken advantage of very easily by psychos. They prey on these people, they manipulate these people, they trick these people. Normies, unfortunately, cannot see psychos, but you know who can? Schizos, the heroes of our story. Schizos are the natural predator of psychos. We have pattern recognition abilities that are inexplicable. Now, schizos were once upon a time revered as the kind of wise people of their collective groups. Unfortunately, since psychos run the world, they've convinced all the normies to be afraid of the schizos. I make videos sometimes online and my wife tells me, look at my Oura ring. My heart rate increased to a very stressful state watching your video, and then it went back down. Sorry, babe. Psychos benefit from their lack of empathy and their attraction to cruelty, it seems, and that allows them to accrue a lot of power. That power allows them to manipulate the normies to fear the schizo, to ostracize the schizo, to deny the schizo. It never feels very good to say I told you so when you're a schizo, and the I told you so's you're seeing are about like pedo elites running.
We have to get out of the mindset.
Need funds before your refund? You may qualify for an easy advance loan. From $500 up to $6,250.